Perhaps you are one of those people who aren't able to socialize as much as they would like to, especially during parties. Have you ever wished that one could effortlessly draw the attention of all the people in a room? Well, my friend, I'm here to let you in on a little secret. You know, acquiring a personality is as easy as pie, rather I should have said as easy as getting up off my lazy boy. On the other hand, it's all about being yourself and about freaks, as the movie is simply the essence of those two fantastic words. So in this video, we will be looking at the process of making oneself an interesting individual. They will discover the Spike Method, a fail-proof technique for creating a distinct personality by becoming a spelunking expert if that's what frosts a person. Another point I've observed is ability to speak and convey passions, as well as how to effectively communicate the same to others. At the end of this video, you learn everything that is required from you to step out of your emerging blob and turn into a high-performance person. You will discover how to bring more opportunities into your life and find a way to build real relationships and get happier. Therefore, if you feel that it's time to upgrade your personality to a wild one, then fasten your seatbelt and prepare for a bumpy ride. It may sound a little funny, but actually, the process of creating what might be referred to as a personality is actually not as complicated as one might think. That is, I am not saying that one needs to pretend to become someone that he or she is not. Instead, the most interesting personalities are those who do own this mundane repertoire and are interested in it. Consider children. They can have very simplified identity based on their interests, which include favorite TV shows or games, such as dinosaurs, ballet, soccer, etc. In childhood, children are unique and do not care much of what other children think of them, but as the child grow up they copy their peers. But to make ourselves come across more interesting and unique again is the way of unlocking new aspects of our personality. The first and rather simple step, but crucial, is to define what you are interested in. Interested in what field? What topics are possible to talk for hours? Perhaps it is the topic as old as the pyramids, or knitting, or the chemistry of baking a soufflé. Having identified passion, well done, but don't stop there. Make yourself an expert in the area you specialize in. A book, a podcast, a workshop you're listening to. The more information you gather, the more you have to pass to other people. And the more knowledge you give, the more curious you turn into. Hence should not be ashamed of expressing their freakish qualities or characteristics. Always love your individuality. Never hide your interests, because it's okay to be obsessed with something. Those with whom it matters won't look down on it. On the contrary, they will be more interested in you. Who knows, listening to our success stories, others will also crawl out of the cocoon and will fly. People are so boring now, the world could use a few more interesting souls, don't you think so? Going through people's eyes, the primary rule to look interesting is to become an expert in something one is interested in, and it does not have to be something universally significant. This makes you distinct in the crowd, and you will provide that spike that makes it enjoyable for other people to talk to you. Try this. Imagine you were at a party where two strangers engaged themselves in a conversation, and the topics covered were the latest twists in Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings series, as well as the Lego Death Star. I bet the individual would find the other person rather interesting. That is what the spike is all about. Specialization means you become an expert in something specific, which nowadays is very important because you get a niche. However, if you've decided to become an expert, then you don't have to be a world authority on the topic. It's about being able to know more than be able to spit out facts about your favorite subject with zeal and vigor. Books, podcasts, documentaries are the best for a beginner to get exposure to the trade. Dive deep into your area of specialization until you can talk about it so fluently that you can add some spice to it. The advantage of the Spike Method is that it is different from aiming at people's appreciation and admiration deliberately. It is fun in learning and improvement. Ensuring you are passionate in things you do lets you engage those around you in meaningful conversations, and also the profound feeling that comes with expertise. And perhaps your spike will open up new doors to a class you want to teach or a blog you'd like to begin. And don't ever think there's a reason to keep the freak flagpole breaking. It is good to be passionate and showcase your passions in your work. People can use someone who does not pretend to be someone else in today's society. Maybe you'll even get more people to take that same chance that you did. It is, however, important to effectively communicate the niche interest you have. Conventional training does not suffice where you merely teach and get it right. You also have to communicate it properly. It's about how you can paint a picture of your passion in such a way as to not bore your audience with details. What is more, It keeps the conversation line rather informal, allowing others understand what is being said to them within their lines of understanding. Now suppose you are at a party, someone approaches you and asks, "How come you so much interested in astrophysics?" Instead of offering micro-elaborate on the principles of quantum mechanics, you could perhaps begin with an analogy. For instance, one can choose to compare the universe with an ocean and stars with individual islands which are uncharted. In this way, you are not only transmitting information, but you are telling a story that will catch people's interest and get them involved. Another helpful approach is to use interrogative sentences which would foster discussion. Do not just tell people about your interest, call them to contribute in the discussion. For instance, if you are talking to your friend who has a fancy for photography, you might ask him or her, "Have you ever attempted to taking a good picture of the sunset?" Still in the conversation, one person will ask, "How was your day?" while the other will respond, "It was fine." But the former will ask, "What was your experience?" Not only does it add more flavor to any conversation, but it also lets the other person know that you care about what goes on in their life. Just remind your reader that communication is a two-way process. The greater your interaction with the audience, the better they will respond to your messages. When one has similar feelings to the passions you are sharing, it simulates the same feeling, and thus encouraging persons to come out and share their passions. And who knows? It will be rather shocking to type in a word and end up finding new relations in the material you were reviewing. Thus, when you are honing your communicating skills, it is important to remember that at the center of it is encouragement and bridging. The beauty of the world is in the topics and material, and exchanging the knowledge results into learning and growth of different friendships. From the above discussed measures to build an attractive personality, it's time to make changes. Well, are you ready to accept your nerd, however specific your interest may be, and readily share such interest freely? Take some time and think about what kind of work make you enthusiastic. Whether it is engaging in a certain activity for the first time or learning something new, you have to start where you are. Perhaps this reason lies in initiating your self-creating process from your interests. Engage in discussions on social networks and forums, read books, or simply discuss with friends and relatives. In the broad spectrum of things that interest you, the more you engage yourself, the more you personify your favorite pastime. One has to know that self-improvement is a lifelong process of development, and every action counts towards a better future. Therefore, are you willing to start altering your life? You can also like the video, share it, and even subscribe to our channel by clicking on the bell icon to be updated always as we continue to grow. Let's start this new chapter now so that you can become the high-achieving person that you can be. This is all for today, folks. More information can be sought from the following sources. I hope I was able to present some useful recommendations here. If you have never done a speech before, practicing in front of a mirror can be a good idea. You could also ask friends or family members to watch while you impress them with your speech. Then remember to smile at the end of the speech, no matter how you feel inside. Then, until next time, have a positive attitude and keep pushing for success. See you soon.